This is 2009 FRQ number 3 in the calculator portion. All right. Number 3, Mighty Cable Company manufactures cable that sells for $120 per meter. For a cable of fixed length, the cost of producing a portion of the cable varies with its distance from the beginning of the cable. Mighty reports that the cost to produce a portion of the cable that is X meters from the beginning of the cable is 6 times root X dollars per meter. Note, profit is defined to be the difference between the amount of money received by the company for selling the cable and the company's cost for producing the cable. So part A, find Mighty's profit on the sale of a 25-meter cable. All right. So first thing is we have to define what profit is. It says profit is defined by the difference between selling and the cost. So profit equals the selling minus the cost, right? Well, how much is it selling for? It's selling for $120 per meter, right? So $120 times X, however many meters I have, right? And then how much does it cost to produce? Well, it's going to differ because it says the cost to produce cable from X meter from the beginning of the cable is 6 root X dollars per meter. This is a dollars per meter. This is a rate of cost that is given to you. So if you want to find the total cost, you're going to take the integral between 0 to whatever X value that is, right? And then 6 root X dx. And that's your profit function. So how do I find the profit on 25-meter cable? Well, profit of 25 is going to be 120 times 25 minus the integral between 0 to 25. That's how much it costs to produce 25 meters. And root X dx. All right. This piece gives me $3,000. It sells for $3,000. But if I use my calculator, and again, you don't have to, it does say time though, because this is a calculator portion. So math 9, 6 root X, comma 0, comma 25. All right, enter. How much is it gonna cost me? It's gonna cost me a long time. It's gonna cost me $500 with a lot of interesting zeros. All right, so it cost me $500 to produce that. So the profit I'm getting on this is $2,500. All right, so that's it for part A. All right, part B then says, using correct units, explain the meaning for this integral of 25 to 30, 6 root X dx. What does that mean? Well, if I want 0 to 25, that is the cost of producing a 25-meter cable. If I go from 0 to 30, that is a cost between for producing a 30-meter cable. So what is 25 to 30? Well, that means I produce one that's 25 meters and I produce one that's 30 meters. So I want to know the difference between those two. That is what the integral will give me. So what is this? This is the difference in cost between producing 30 meters of cable and 25 meters of cable. Yeah, all right. So that's what this integral is going to help us get, okay? All right, part C says, find an expression involving an integral that represents Mighty's profit on the sale of a cable that is K meters long. We actually already did that in part A, except now they want the letter K. So profit, P of K, is equal to 120 times K, that's however many meters long, minus the cost it produces to produce, the cost it takes to produce K meters long. All right, and that's it for part C. That is your expression. Okay. Part D says, find a maximum profit that Mighty could earn on the sale of one cable. Justify your answer. So we want to find the maximum of profit. Again, finding the maximum of anything requires you take the first derivative, set equal to 0. That means we take the first derivative of this function. So P prime of K equals 120, right, minus, well, this is where we talked about, you have this function where you're taking a derivative of an integral, right? So it's that awesome formula of d dx integral of a to b, f of t dt. That's f of b, b prime, minus f of a prime, right? So we remember that from a while back. So You take the function, plug in the k, so 6 root k, the derivative of k is 1, good, we're done, minus 6, plugging the 0 in is 0, and the derivative of 0 is still 0, so it's done. All right, so that's my first derivative. You then set it equal to 0 to find your maximum, so you say 0 equals 120 minus 6 root k. So 120 equals 6 root k, 20 equals root k, so if I square both sides, k equals 400. So 400 will be your maximum length. Now, it still doesn't tell me the maximum profit. That's your x value, right? So now you're going to take your x value, your k value, and plug it back into the function. So the profit of 400 is equal to 120 times 400 minus integral 0 to 400, 6 root x dx. All right, so that gives me 48,000 minus, plug this in the calculator, you get 32,000. So you get the maximum profit of $16,000. All right. Okay, that's it for number 3.